What's up, YouTube? It's your boy coming to you from A-Side Boxing Channel. Alright, a little introduction about myself. So I started this channel. This will be the first video that I put out strictly because I'm a big time boxing fan. And you know, if you're into boxing, you know that no matter what channel you go on, the comment section is always jumping. That's where the action is at, in the comment section. So I'm the type of guy that likes to go in and read the comments. Sometimes I read the comments before I even watch the video. Or I read the comments during the video just to get other people's opinion, to argue my opinion that I think that I'm right about. Because, you know, when it comes to boxers, guys just compete and for a top spot or whatever the case may be. And it's a big time community if you're into the boxing world, like I'm into the boxing world. So I decided to start a channel because I'm always trying to comment, always getting the notification, my email, that somebody replied. Just, things of that nature. So what I wanted to do was just come out with my own thoughts, my own opinions on some of the subjects that I hear about on YouTube on a day-to-day basis, and just give my opinion. And if you like what I'm saying, I want you to like the video, probably subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna come out with some more videos. A lot of the guys that I watch, big salutes out to them. For non-boxing, barbershop conversation, a lot of guys that, you know, that's into the fight world. And I appreciate what they do, and it keeps me on my toes as far as knowing what's going on with these boxers and all of that. So I'm gonna jump into this video. The video that I want to jump into, the topic we're gonna be talking about right now is it's a pretty popular topic. All right, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Okay. My opinion about the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, everybody's saying now that a video came out with Crawford basically saying, everybody knows two sides to the street, yada, yada, yada. Come over and make it happen. All right. Coming to you like trying to be non-biased as possible. Not saying that, let's say I'm not a big Errol Spence fan, I'm not a big Crawford fan, which I am, like both of the guys. For this video, let's just say that I'm equal on both sides. Okay, I like Terence Crawford, I like Errol Spence. As a fan, I want to see the fight. I mean, that's first and foremost. Everybody wants to see the fight. That's what the big hype is about. That's what the big talk is about. But if I'm gonna look at this from a business standpoint, as a career move, from both sides, Terence Crawford, in my opinion, is putting a lot of pressure on Spence to fight now because he needs to fight. But if I'm Errol Spence, I'm not in a hurry to fight Terence Crawford. Reason being, you can't always please the fans, which I know that. Me, personally, I want to see the fight, but I also know that it's levels to it and there's certain steps that you need to take. And depending on your situation, you're not going to always take the step that the public wants you to take. If I'm Errol Spence, I'm going to do exactly what he's doing. I'm going to fight Sean Porter. I'm going to beat Sean Porter. And then I'm going to go into my next fight, which can possibly be a Manny Pacquiao fight, which I don't think will happen. But that's for a later topic, and we'll get to that on another video. Or I'm going to go out and fight, you know, your Keith Thurman or something like that. Reason being, I think those fights are easier to make. And I think the public is still buy those fights or still tune in and watch those fights because those are some of the top welterweights that I just mentioned. So if I'm Errol Spence, I'm going to fight those guys first. Not only does that help my resume when I fight Terence Crawford and make it a bigger fight, but it also separates me from Terence Crawford. It puts a distance between us. And the reason I say that is because right now, if you look at Terence Crawford resume at 147, I mean, let's be real. He hasn't really fought anybody that makes me think he's just going to go in there and dominate Errol Spence, like some people say. I think Terence Crawford needs to fight Kell Brook. Even if it's not a Kell Brook, let's say if Terence Crawford had an opportunity to fight Sean Porter and Terence Crawford goes in and stops Sean Porter, that'll be a better fight scenario for him and Errol Spence after that fight took place. So if Errol Spence is going to go through the welterweight division and dominate those type guys, let's say he stops Sean Porter. We already know he stopped Kell Brook. Kell Brook came over, took the belt from Sean Porter. That adds to Errol Spence's resume. That means Errol Spence has fought Lamont Peterson, which is a good name for a resume. You got Kell Brook, good name for a resume. And by the way, let me say this. I put this in the comment section on the couple videos that I saw. In my opinion, Kell Brook is the best welterweight outside of Errol Spence. And the reason I say that is because Kell Brooks is a skillful fighter. He has the size. He's big, he's strong, he's skillful. On top of that, we know if he comes to America, it's not a problem for him to fight. We know if he did hold a belt and someone had to go there, he's going to give him a good fight. I think he was outmatched when it came to Errol Spence. A lot of people say that Kell Brook was broken because of the Triple G fight. I don't think that was so much the case, but I will say that, you know, it was an entertaining fight, the first half of the fight. I actually think Kell Brooks won some of those rounds. But watching a lot of Errol Spence fights, I think Errol Spence would have stopped Kell Brooks in the later rounds regardless. I mean, that's what he used to do, walk down his opponents, putting a lot of work to the body, wear him down before he gets the stoppage. And I didn't think he was just going to go in and stop Kell Brooks in the first 2-3 rounds anyway. All right, with that being said, back on, I kind of got sidetracked, but back to the point that I was making. If Errol Spence is taking on Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Mark Peterson, let's say he get a Thurman fight or a Pacquiao fight, or let's say his next opponent after Sean Porter is a Danny Garcia or something like that, why Terence Crawford isn't being active or fighting anybody with a name like that, when it's time to fight, it won't be no 50-50 talk. It'll be clear who the A-side boxer is, which will be Errol Spence because he got a bigger and better resume. Errol Spence, this will be his second fight on pay-per-view. So when it comes down to separating yourself, who's going to be the A-side, who's going to be the B-side, it doesn't matter if people want to put Terence Crawford on a pound-for-pound list. I mean, you think about it, if Errol Spence takes out Sean Porter and takes out Thurman, or if he beats Manny Pacquiao, why can't he be on the pound-for-pound list? I mean, it's just, to me, everybody want to say that fight wasn't made because it should have been a 50-50 fight, or they both, you know, separated. They're both kind of equal. Nobody should be the A-side, nobody should be the B-side. In a boxing match, I mean, you're going to have an A-side and a B-side. I mean, that's first thing first. You're going to have an A-side, you're going to have a B-side. Like I said, in order to become the A-side or the B-side, Terence Crawford should do more. He should fight an opponent at 147. That gives us a reason to believe he should be the A-side in a Crawford and Spence fight. I'm not going to get into why I think the fight's not going to get made between Spence and Crawford. I think it will get made, but I think Spence holds the keys to that car right now, and I think Spence is moving at a smart pace, and I think that his team is putting him in position so when that fight does happen, he'll be the automatic A-side, and he'll be the guy with the most belts in that division, and he'll rule that division. So when he does fight Terence Crawford, it won't be a mix-up on who should be the favorite and you know, who should get the biggest payday. I hope you guys like that video. If you do, like I said, like it, subscribe to it. I'm gonna come out with more videos with my opinion. If you disagree with it, go in the comments. You know, I'll go down and comment, reply to your comments. If you do agree with it, I'll go through, read the comments. Same thing, same ordeal. And you know, at the end of the day, it's fun. It's a sport just like any other sport. I mean, you can like a certain player for a certain reason, and I can like a certain player for a certain reason. It's always good, especially as men, to have their opinion and not really argue about it, but, you know, debate over it. Like I said, I try to make this video as non-biased as possible. I got a lot of boxers that I like, that I favor, that I think, you know, are the best. Between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, I like both of those guys. I like both of them for different reasons. And like I said, I try to do the video as non-biased as possible. Um, if you notice, I didn't pick a winner. I just basically wanted to say, uh, do a video in response to a lot of people in the comment section saying that the fight won't get made because, you know, Terence Crawford is still over there with Bob Arum in Top Rank Boxing, or, you know, Spence is ducking Earl. I mean, sorry about that. Crawford is ducking Spence, or Spence is ducking Crawford. I don't think that's the case. I think Spence's team is moving smart, and I think if I was Spence, I would move the same way. Um, and as a fan, I want to see that fight more than I want to see any fight. Uh, I definitely want to see Crawford and Spence before I see Spence and Porter. But I know it's a puzzle, man, and there's pieces to that puzzle, and I feel like Spence is handling a piece of that puzzle right now, and eventually, when that puzzle gets close to being complete, you know, you'll see a Crawford and Spence fight. Like I said, I'm glad you tuned in. If you like the video, subscribe, like the channel. I'm going to do a couple more videos. I know it ain't all fancy right now. This is my first video that I'm dropping, but, you know, hopefully it can be a place where we can, you know, further talk boxing and give our opinions and have a new outlet to the boxing world. All right, thanks.